Russia thought the fuel train was untouchable, but Ukraine was watching every mile tag, waiting for the perfect moment.
This was no ordinary cargo. It was a moving fuel lifeline for Moscow's frontline armor.
If this line stopped, entire battalions would stall in silence.
Ukraine had one chance: hit the train at its most vulnerable stretch. The target moved fast, guarded, and constantly shifting its schedule.
Every kilometer it survived, Russian forces gained more time. Ukrainian eyes in the sky followed the steel serpent through the night. They waited for the perfect stretch, crouching, isolated, exposed, impossible to escape. One mistake here, and Russia's fuel network would shatter.
No rush. Every second of patience would decide the outcome.
The target was now fully locked. There was no turning back. Each wagon carried thousands of liters, a moving firestorm waiting to ignite.
Orders were whispered, plans were final, and the ambush was live.
This was the kill box. No space to maneuver, no cover to hide.
One strike here, and the entire chain would erupt in seconds.
The moment had arrived. Months of intel led to this single green light.
Low, fast, invisible Taydin. A perfect approach beneath Russian radar.
Russia never expected the attack to come from the shadows of its own rails.
There was no margin for error. One clean hit, or the mission dies.
Breath held, hands steady. The future of a front line paused on one tap.
In 8 seconds, the night would change forever. Every meter counted as the strike zone came into sharp focus.
Inside, the operators had no idea they were being watched, their route exposed.
Winter's cold offered cover, but no mercy for a flea. The countdown had begun.
The full length of the fuel convoy was visible. The target was massive, vulnerable.
One miscalculation and the strike would fail. Precision was everything.
The train's forward momentum was relentless, timing critical.
The perfect aim point glimmered on screen. All that remained was execution.
Months of planning, nights of surveillance, one final act.
Stealth was paramount in it. No alarms, no warnings, just silent approach. The kill box revealed itself. Tight walls left no chance to escape.
Though the front line fought elsewhere, here the decisive moment waited in silence. Every second closer, tension mounted. The strike was imminent. Steel on steel marked each heartbeat of the approaching disaster. Focus sharpened, one mistake and months of effort would vanish. The moment of truth edged closer with every rotation of the wheels below. Nature held its breath as man and machine aligned for the strike.
Illumination betrayed the train's position, perfectly timed for what was coming. Decision and action collided in one single heartbeat.
This was the strike point, seconds from total ignition.
Steel and fuel, momentum and precision, all converged in one fleeting instant.
The final descent had begun in Torn. Ukraine's moment of impact was seconds away.
Every second counted as the ambush approached its climax.
Months of reconnaissance led to this singular, decisive moment.
The terrain itself conspired to amplify the strike's effect.
Even nature seemed to pause, waiting for the inevitable.
The heat signature guided the drone, marking the target with precision.
One tap, one moment, and the mission would unfold perfectly.
Stealth was key. No detection, no alarms, just silent execution.
All systems ready, hence, the perfect target alignment was achieved.
Every muscle tightened, waiting for the instant that would change everything.
Seconds stretched into eternity as anticipation mounted.
Then it began, fire and force erupting in perfect sequence.
The controlled strike turned into a spectacular display of destructive energy.
A chain reaction cascaded along the train, unstoppable and precise. From above, the full magnitude of the strike became visible. A calculated inferno. The front line felt the shockwave. Logistics and fuel routes disrupted instantly.
The ambush achieved its goal. Russia's fuel supply stopped dead in its tracks.
A mission years in planning had come to flawless execution.
In mere minutes, the battlefield had shifted silently, invisibly, decisively.
The fuel train became a moving inferno, unstoppable in its wake.
From above, the scale of destruction was both terrifying and precise. Metal buckled, and fire consumed the wagons in rapid succession. The blaze spread quickly, cutting off any possibility of intervention. Every detail was monitored, giving. The strike was flawless, every second accounted for. Even the natural world seemed to react to the sudden eruption of energy. A domino effect of fuel and fire created an unstoppable chain reaction. The operation was complete, the strategic goal realized with surgical precision.
Even far from the strike, the shockwaves of disruption were felt.
The scene was dramatic, yet controlled. Chaos with a purpose.
Success was measured not in applause, but in precision and impact.
From this vantage, the tactical consequences were immediately visible.
The mission was over, but the effects would ripple across the battlefield.
Every spark told the story of disruption and careful planning.
The strike had vanished as quickly as it appeared, leaving only its mark.
Even in success, vigilance remained. The night held no guarantees.
The battlefield adapted instantly. Supply lines severed. Movement halted.
A single strike reshaped the strategic map in mere moments.
The valley was scarred, a testament to calculated precision. Every reflection told the story of strategy and timing.
Months of surveillance culminated in this flawless execution.
The scale of the strike was evident from every angle, overwhelming yet precise. A single tactical decision had rippled across the enemy's supply chain.
Even the tracks bore witness to the destructive energy unleashed.
The impact extended beyond Vision Love. The strategic disruption was immediate. From above, the battlefield seemed quiet, but the effect was profound.
Control and observation ensured no detail went unnoticed after the strike.
The Infernal's end marked the success of careful planning and perfect timing. Silence returned, but the strategic landscape had already shifted. A single strike had immobilized a critical supply line, unseen yet decisive. Even far from the site, the ramifications of the ambush were being felt. Every detail documented, every moment preserved for analysis.
The strike had vanished as suddenly as it arrived, leaving only its mark.
The operation's success was silent, measured, and complete.
From above, the battlefield told the story of strategy over brute force.
In moments, a single act had reshaped the enemy's operational plans forever.
For more high-stakes operations and battlefield breakdowns, subscribe to BattleScope.